feel like I need to take a minute before the video starts to kind of apologize, honestly, because looking back through the footage when I was redoing this beautiful fireplace, a lot of the footage turned out terrible quality, and I have no idea why that is. I have the same settings on every single time I was filming. It might have been the lighting. I have no idea if there was a smudge on the lens, something like that. But I just feel terrible, and hopefully you can kind of see what I'm talking about when I'm going through each step. But I just wanted to say that if I had realized how bad it was at that time, or maybe if I hadn't been so excited to just get it done, it would be better quality. But I was more concerned about getting this done and making it look how I wanted it to versus actually getting, you know, high quality footage. And that is a mistake I will not make again. So hopefully you can forgive me and enjoy the process. On occasion, I get it in my head that I need to update something in my house. And so I've just been staring at my fireplace and thinking about that I want to update it. It looks crazy right now. I'll insert a picture here of what it looked like before we got started, and then you can see the progress I've already made. So the progress I've already made is we have a house from 1978, and we have a mantle that goes here, and then we also had these 4 openings. They are for use in what is it, like they capture air from inside, and then they feed it up through ductwork that heats the air from the fire in the fireplace and blows hot air out. And so those are kind of an eyesore. They're beige, you'll see in the picture from before. And then it didn't even have a mantle when we moved in. So we added a mantle last year and I loved it. But I just kept thinking, like, I really want it to make a statement. I want to do something else with this. So we got started today because my paint arrived and I get to do something really fun. So I will let you guys see the process step by step of what we're doing. And I do not know why I've got this bokeh effect, this blur. But I promise, I'm not blurry. I'm not like Bigfoot. That's not who I am. Anyway, I'm gonna go make dinner, and then I'm gonna clean this guy, vacuum it one more time, and then get started on painting. And I'll see you once I start painting. Bye. So I finished cleaning the fireplace. These are the grates that go with the fireplace. They're also clean. I've taken a little bit of sandpaper to them, and I've cleaned them twice actually, once before and once after sanding. I used some Goo Gone to remove some residue on there. That was great. And then I will be painting them to match the fireplace, this dark navy color by Behr. The type of paint that I got is the masonry paint. The reason I got the masonry paint is I just wanted to be sure that I got something that worked along with bricks, that was designed for bricks. It is fine. From what I read, it is fine for the exterior of the fireplace. It's not cool for the interior of the fire, like the firebox where you actually build the fire. And so basically I got that instead of a latex paint, but a latex paint is totally fine. As long as your latex paint is rated to withstand at least 200 degrees Fahrenheit, it should be fine to use on the exterior of the fireplace. And that's what I've read pretty much everywhere. And most latex paints are designed to do that, so it should be fine. You like our bicycles in the background. So I've been cleaning everything with TSP, trisodium phosphate. I made this fancy thing here with everything in it, and I'm cleaning everything with that. It is kind of, let's see, heavy duty cleaner, use TSP before painting. So this is a common thing that a lot of people do, but you use whatever cleaner that you use for things like that. I can't tell you, I'm not an expert. I'm just doing this because I want to paint my fireplace. And I've used it with painting some other projects as well. The last part is, so I picked flat paint because I like that choice aesthetically. You have to choose what you want. If you're planning to use your fireplace to do, like, build wood fires, you probably want to go for at least satin, if not semi-gloss or gloss, because it's going to be far easier to clean when you have to clean out the firebox. I'm going with flat paint because we don't plan to use it to make wood fires. We have a gas fireplace, so we're going to be using gas logs in there and try to avoid, one, unnecessarily using wood for that, but then also having to clean it. So basically that's that, and then what I'll do is I'll go over it with this metallic paint, and I'll let you know when I get to that point. Okay, so I got it all taped up. I got a drop cloth down there. I think I'm about to start painting soon. I guess we'll see how it goes. All right, guys. So I just finished the first coat of paint. Paul is, as always, such a great helper, and he is going back and filling in all the little spots that may have been missed. It is looking fantastic. Now, the bottom looks shiny because it is still wet. I just finished painting that, but the top looks so beautiful, and the color is just exactly what I was hoping for, just a dark navy. Say hi, Paul.
Howdy.
And it's just, I'm so excited. I was so anxious, and now I'm just so pumped. I'm ready for it to be done. But this is just the first stage of painting, so you'll see more later. Okay, so day 2, and I'm gonna start, I kind of did a first coat on this awesome grate, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the first coat on all of the grates and the light switch cover. And then I will do the second coat on the fireplace, and then I'm gonna come back and do a second coat on these, and then I should be able to start doing the accent stuff. Okay guys, day 2. We have the whole first coat on there. It's already looking really great, I think. And there are a couple spots that I didn't notice whenever I was painting that I had missed because everything was shiny, so I couldn't really see what was just shiny paint that was still wet or what was like a spot that I missed. So the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna get my paint, I'm gonna coat, like I said, I'm gonna paint those. I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna get a couple of spots that I know I missed, like I think like down here, I don't know if you can see, but there are a couple of spots that I definitely missed in the grout lines. And then once I do that, I'll go over everything with a roller again. And I think that should be good for my 2 coats paint. Once that's dry, while that's drying, I'm going to do the second coat on the other things. Once everything's dry, I'm going to put it all back on here so that when I do the bronze accents, everything kind of blends together and there isn't anything just sticking out like a sore thumb, which I always didn't like before about the grates. So I'm excited, and I'm about to go put on my grubby clothes, and then we'll get started. Okay, the second coat is done. It's all shiny because it's drying right now. So I'm gonna go and figure out some other things, and while that's drying, let it do its thing, let it set up, and then we'll start doing the really fancy stuff. So while I'm waiting on the grates to dry, I decided to start trying to do the bronze brush strokes on the brick. And so far I think it's going okay. My plan is working out. I have this brush with the very, it's not a very flat brush tip, which is what I want, because this is kind of what I'm going for, is just this occasional random streaks of bronze across it. And some of them will be a little bit more intense and some of them will be much more subtle. But what I'm doing is I'm just dipping the very tips of this brush into the bronze paint, and if I have too much, then I have this towel over here that I can tap it off, and then I'm going across and creating just these little brush strokes. So far that's actually looking kind of exactly how I was hoping it would. And I'm going both directions. I'm going some brush strokes this way, some that way. The only kind of trouble I've hit is these bricks. Since I want to do it horizontally, I'm worried about the brush strokes hitting the edges of the brick. So we'll see what happens, but it is looking beautiful, and we are working on the grates. All right, forgive my dishwasher in the background. It's the loudest dishwasher on the planet, but we got the grates on and the light switch cover, and oh my gosh, it's perfect. Like, I'm so glad that we decided to paint them the same color, and we just have 2 grates to put on, and then finish the dry brushing or the brush strokes. It's not obvious, but that's what I wanted. It's supposed to be very subtle. It's looking good. Okay, so along the edge here, you can see kind of what the brush stroke dry brushing really kind of looks like, because I have a lamp on that's reflecting. So now I'm just got to do the brush strokes all across the front and hang the mantle back. We'll be done. Okay, I have all the brush strokes with the bronze paint. And like I said, I wanted everything to kind of be cohesive. So I think I love it. Paul helped me. He was sitting on the couch telling me where all the brush strokes needed to go. But I absolutely love it. We're gonna put the mantle up and then we'll show you the final result. Oh my gosh, I love it. It is pretty much exactly what I was hoping for. All the little bronze bits catch the light. But it's nice and dark and moody like me. Just kidding. Everything looks so good. I guess it's hard to pick it up in the actual video, so I'm gonna take an actual picture as well, and we'll throw it in right here.